You read the title. I've been grinding top ranking in tower for a while now, and after grinding a few hundred floors and fighting the same bosses over and over again, a guy really starts to go a little crazy. I don't know what it is about some floors, but they make me think of certain things in my life and reflect. I've also been wanting to document this journey anyway, so enter Tales from the Tower. Whenever I hit decently large milestones in the tower, I'll document them by filming every run for that floor and the ones up to it. And while resetting, I will write down everything that those floors made me think of and talk about it over the successful runs. I'm doing this in place of actual live commentary because if you've ever seen one of my streams, you know I can't talk and play tower at the same time. Maybe Vivian is truly the way.
Why do I?
This is my way of still posting despite being super busy, which, if you can't tell, fuck you. I'm super busy, and I'm not sure if we'll get to floor 999, but that's the hope. Anyway, enjoy. One time when I was at the mall with my girlfriend, I'm sitting on a bench, and so is she, obviously. You would think that we would sit next to each other. We're sitting there and we're just talking as people do, and I hear this kid. And if you don't know, I don't know why you would know this about me. I hate kids. I absolutely hate kids. They piss me off to no end. And so I hear this kid like la 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 being stupid, whatever, and I just ignore him, right? Do whatever you want, kid. You're a kid. Be happy, enjoy it. So we're sitting there talking, and I hear these incoming footsteps, stamping on the ground like little toddler's footsteps. And he's like la 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 la, and I hear the mom like, "Hey, little Timmy," or something, "slow down." And then la 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 la, bang. Now keep in mind, the bench that we're sitting on is a metal bench. So if you were to, for instance, run into this bench, it would hurt. And if for instance you were a 5 to 6 year old child that ran into the bench at full speed and then slammed into I shouldn't be laughing. Why are you laughing, bro? Stop, bro, stop. If you were a 5 or 6 year old child that ran into this bench at full force and hit it with your forehead, you would probably start crying. So look, I hate kids, and I won't lie, I find the sound of kids crying pretty funny. So this makes me sound terrible, bro. I swear I'm not evil. So the kid starts bawling his eyes out, and this was before Speed Try Not to Laugh challenge. So she's staring at me, and I'm staring at her, and I am full like, please Speed, I need this. And it's like I'm trying so hard not to laugh because the kid is like 1 foot away from me, just bawling his eyes out. Like, he wasn't really that hurt or whatever, like, but like I didn't want to, like, I was like, bro, if you ever seen a dam that's about to burst, that was me with my laughter, bro. Like, I genuinely was about to burst, and the mother would have hit me, bro. If you were that mother, you would have hit me. Anyway, she picked up the kid and like took him away, and then I laughed. Like, I was like listening, like I didn't turn around, I was like listening to hear their footsteps recede into like a store or something, and then I burst out laughing. I am socially conscious, and I'm not a bad person. Yep. So one time I took this class, and in it we had these seats that were in pairs. So you sat with one partner. Well, my partner was this funny ass dude. He was good at the subject, tall. I think he was older than me, and I'm pretty sure he had a girlfriend too. So this guy was like, I don't know, he was just cool. He got along super well with the teacher and everything. Like, he was just a cool guy. He always wore these like specific sunglasses. They must have been Dollar Tree ones. He might have had fancy ones, but he would always mock Andrew Tate and do like the mannerisms and like put his hands together. It was really funny. Obviously, since we sat next to each other and our teacher was really pushing social interaction in this class, as he should, he helped me a lot with the subject and explained a shit ton of stuff to me. So shouts out to you, bro. Anyway, we weren't super close friends, but more of like in-class friends. I'm sure all of you can relate to that somewhat. Well, the semester passes and it's, I don't know, like more than a few months after this class. I haven't seen the guy in a minute. That's just because we don't have classes together. I come to the school some random weekday and I sit in the hallway like a loser, and I just wait for my class to start. I had a class in the same hallway as the old class that I had with the cool guy, and that same subject started the same time as my new class. So I just sit in that hallway and wait, and sometimes I see my old teacher and say hi. And as I've gotten older, I've come to realize that when people say the atmosphere felt thick, they don't mean it figuratively. When shit happens, you can feel it. It's in the air. I'm not a super spiritual guy. I'm not in tune with all that stuff, but there's something about when somebody dies that just casts a shadow over like everything. I had felt it before. I mean, it wasn't in the same place or at the same time. It was a different thing. But whether or not you've heard somebody say the news, you can just feel it when you look at people's faces or when they cry. So I see a group of administrative people go into my old teacher's class, and they all have the look. It's just some of them are better at hiding it than others. They go in, it's dead silent, and they all come out, and then my old teacher is with them, and he's crying. And if they weren't already, I think all of the administrative people were trying very hard not to. I think they all went to basically like an emergency teacher meeting, and then they broke the news to the whole school like a little bit later that day. I did not really know what to feel. I didn't know the guy super well, but it felt wrong to be so disconnected from someone's death. But I knew my old teacher felt pretty awful. But you never really know what someone's feeling, how someone's feeling. You can be empathetic, but at the end of the day, you're still you, no matter what you do. So you can try to make somebody feel better, but there's no guarantee it'll actually do anything. But regardless, when you feel very compelled and you think there is an off chance that you can do some good in the given situation, it might be worth going out on a limb. So at the end of lunch, while I was on my way to class, I stopped by my old teacher's room. I knocked on the door. It was this weak, half-assed knock, and I didn't hear anybody coming. I didn't hear any footsteps. So I stuck my hand up and I got like halfway through a full confidence, full force knock, and he opened the door. He had eyes that were red and a tissue in the hand that he used to open the door. And he looked at me and he said, "How can I help you?" And in my head I'm thinking, you're a fucking idiot. But if you really want to do this, I guess you should say something. Just say what you rehearsed in your head. So I took a deep breath and I looked at him and I said, "Hey, I just wanted to say that I think I kinda know how you are, and I know it might be hard to rely on people, but I just want you to know that you got a whole class of students who love you and care about you, and they are there for you." Or something like that. I said something like that, I don't know. And I think I remember him nodding very earnestly and saying thank you with a very strained voice. And then I think he might have waved me goodbye and closed the door. I think that's how it happened. I did not know if I did anything good, if I did anything right, quote unquote, but I had to have some faith that what I said meant something, even if it didn't do anything, if you understand what I'm saying. I think we can get so caught up in trying to say the right thing that we forget that sometimes it's not about what you say or if you said it perfectly, but rather it's that you tried to say something at all. That is more than most people are willing to do. Over the summer, I got an email. I think it said something like, "Hey there, hope you're having a good summer. I just wanted to say that those kind words you gave me that day, they helped me out and got me through the day. Thank you for coming by and saying what you said. Have a good rest of your summer." And it really hit me hard because, in all honesty, it had been like months since that happened, and I had thought about everything, but going up and knocking on his door just felt like a shot in the dark that did not land. And it wasn't until he sent that email that I realized the things that you do, they mean things to people. I feel like we don't understand the power that we have to affect the people around us. I mean, you can't fly, you can't make somebody's grief go away, but you can show somebody that you're there and that you care. And paradoxically, that is both all you can do and just enough at the same time. One time when I was at an amusement park with my friend, we were at this like restaurant. I think it was like supposed to be Japanese or Korean themed. I sound so racist. Me and a friend of mine are in line and we're looking at the menu, and it's late at night and we're hungry as shit, yeah? And there's this dude, and the guy seems nice enough, right? But the problem is, we are like 1 or 2 spaces away from the register, you know, the part where you order your food. It's a bro. We've been in the line for like ever. And the guy just so happens to decide to stop moving with the progress of the line and turn to this girl on his right who, like, hey, she's very pretty, but like, brother, I wanted a chicken sandwich. This dude, like, okay, I sound like a dick, and I kind of am in this situation, but this guy takes notice of this pretty lady next to us, and he starts talking to her. He's like, I don't even know how the conversation started, but somehow they get on to music, and they're like talking about these bands that they like. Oh my god, you love them too, like yada yada, and they're hitting it off well. But bro, I'm hungry. I saw them exchanging numbers. I waited till they were done, and then they get in the middle of another conversation, and I tap him on the shoulder and I'm like, hey yo bro, you realize the register's open, right? And he's like, oh shit, my bad. And then he turns to the girl and he's like, hey, nice to meet you, I'll message you. She's like, okay. And then he goes on and he orders his food. Now I know in this situation I am, what do people say, cock blocking? But I'm gonna keep real with you, bro. I was hungry. Sometimes I low-key wonder like if they ever worked out or if they ever like actually did anything with their relationship. But low-key, him being ignorant and lying while I'm hungry as fuck, biggest red flag ever, bro. Well, that was Tales from the Tower. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do this again. It's an experiment, but if you like it, like the video. Or dislike it, I don't know. Comment what you want me to talk about. I don't know, write random crazy shit for me to read in the comments. We'll make it a radio show. And if all goes well, I'll see you at floor 400. I'm going to do at least one more of these just to see how it goes, whether this video gets 10 views or not. I'll catch y'all in the next one, and never stop climbing, or some corny motivational shit like that.